The Community Court of the Economic Community of West African States has fixed July 9, 2021 to decide on the combination of all suit applications made before the court on the ban on Twitter by the federal government of Nigeria. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, President Muhammadu Buhari directed the military, police and intelligence agencies to ensure the safe and immediate release of all kidnapped students and victims in states. Buhari spoke on Monday night via a statement issued by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, in Abuja. The president expressed concern over attacks on Kaduna and Niger states, largely targeted at students. While noting ongoing deployment of additional security personnel to all troubled areas, Buhari asked security outfits to act swiftly to rescue all schoolboys and girls in the affected states and ensure their safe return. According to him, the alarming incidence of kidnapping of students, mostly in northern states, was already threatening to weaken efforts in boosting school enrollment in states that were declared educationally backward. He also called on state governments to ensure to comply with UN-supported Safe Schools program, which he said the administration had adopted. At number 9, the People's Democratic Party has lost more members as 4 House of Representatives members from Zamfara State have dumped the party for the ruling All Progressives Congress. The 4 rep members are Bello Shinkafi of Shinkafi and Zurumi Federal Constituency, Ahmed Bakura of Bakura and Maradun Constituency, Ahmed Shehu of Bugundu and Maru Constituency, and Suleiman Gumi of Gumi and Bukuyum Constituency. The members officially announced their defection at the plenary on Tuesday. Their letters of defection were read by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. Recall that a week ago, Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawalle formally announced his defection from the PDP to the APC, along with members of the federal and state legislatures. At number 8, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has officially stepped down as the chief executive officer of the e-commerce empire he founded 27 years ago. Bezos, who is the world's richest man, handed over the role to Andy Jassy on Monday in order to focus on new products and early initiatives. This is coming about 5 months after Bezos announced that he would be stepping down as the company's CEO. The new CEO, Jassy, joined the company in 1997 and has led its cloud computing platform, Amazon Web Services, since 2003. At number 7, the police in Osun State have confirmed that a traveler was kidnapped by gunmen in Ede town, near Imesile in Obokun local government area of the state. Yamisi Opalola, the police public relations officer in the state, confirmed the incident in Osogbo on Tuesday, saying the victim was kidnapped by the gunmen on Monday evening. Opalola explained that the interstate bus, which the victim boarded from Ekiti State to Osun State, was forcefully stopped by the gunmen in Ede town, a border between Ekiti and Osun. The police PRO said while other passengers in the bus had the opportunity to escape into the bush, the victim was unlucky and kidnapped. The victim is yet to be identified. At number 6, Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Osibanjo has said the federal government created and saved over 2 million jobs through its Economic Sustainability Plan. Osibanjo said this during a virtual meeting with the Economic Sustainability Committee on Monday. He said thanks to the federal government's COVID-19 stimulus package, the Nigerian economy did not degenerate as feared, and at least over 2 million jobs have both been created and saved with the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan. While a total of 2,100,021 jobs have been saved and created altogether, the breakdown of the figures indicates that 1.3 million jobs have been retained through interventions in the micro, small and medium enterprises space, including the payroll support. The ESP was established on June 24, 2020 to offer COVID-19 stimulus packages to various sectors of the economy, as well as poor and vulnerable groups, small and medium enterprises. At number 5, the Department of Petroleum Resources has sealed off 103 filling stations and 13 liquefied petroleum gas plants in Lagos State for illegal operations. DPR Zonal Operations Controller in Lagos, Ayorinde Kadoso, confirmed this on Tuesday. He said the agency shut down the outlets after a surveillance exercise on Monday and that the DPR sealed off filling stations located on the mainland and island axis operating without a valid license. Kadoso also disclosed that the DPR shut down the LPG cooking gas plants because they failed to comply with its guidelines and international safety standards. He explained that some of the sealed plants operated in unapproved locations. At number 4, joint troops of the Nigerian Army have apprehended 2 Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. The Army Director of Public Relations, Onyema Nwachukwu, who made this known on Tuesday in a statement titled Operation Hardin Kai, Troops Captured Terrorist Logistics Suppliers in Clearance Operation, added that a hand grenade and other supplies were recovered in the process. The statement noted that the feat was achieved on July 3, 2021. Items recovered from the terrorists include 1 hand grenade, 1 axe, 1 vehicle, 5 bicycles, 2 mobile phones, that's Techno and Infinix, some quantity of petroleum, oil and lubricants, large quantity of psychedelic and sex enhancement drugs, pesticides and insecticides, as well as foodstuff, amongst others. At number 3, the Nigeria Labour Congress, Nasarawa State Chapter, has suspended its 3-week-old strike action after reaching an agreement with the state government. NLC State Chairman Comrade Yusuf Iya, who announced the immediate suspension of the strike shortly after signing a memorandum of understanding with the government at the Government House, directed workers to resume at their duty posts with immediate effect from Tuesday, July 6th. Recall that NLC had on June 15th embarked on strike action to press home its demand for full implementation of new national minimum wage, pending promotion salary arrears, among other welfare for the workers in the state. At number 2, the Federal High Court in Abuja has refused granting bail to Dibu Ojerinde, a former registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, who is being prosecuted for corruption by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. The trial judge, Obiora Egwatu, turned down the oral application for bail by Defense Counsel, P.O. Olorunishola, on Tuesday. The ICPC arrested Ojerinde in March and is prosecuting him for allegedly misappropriating 900 million naira. Finally, at number 1, the Community Court of the Economic Community of West African States has fixed July 9, 2021 to decide on the combination of all suit applications made before the court on the ban on Twitter by the federal government of Nigeria. The ECOWAS court announced the date in a virtual court sitting held via Zoom on Tuesday. On the list were 2 applications against the federal government over the Twitter ban. One was the application brought by the registered trustees of the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, and the other was brought by the Media Rights Agenda and 8 others against the federal government on the same issue. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.